Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard, and my guests are Callie McBride and Jason Baker of Bilingual International. We've been talking about this great service right here in our community for children who you're working with, primarily, Callie, all the way through the senior citizens of so many different nationalities who are coming here to live and put their roots down in St. Louis, which is really great. And interestingly, you were saying Arabic and Swahili are two of the most common languages that you're seeing the need for.
Yeah.
So tell us, Callie, you work with the children. So what are some of the things that you're doing with the children of our immigrant families?
So we're working with children ages 5 to 12 doing individual therapy. And so the largest sort of influx, I guess, that we're seeing right now are Syrian kids. And the mental health needs of them are pretty great. We see a lot of PTSD related symptoms. So kids, you know, having difficulties regulating in the classroom, maybe really fearful of things. And so we work with them one-on-one, doing activities that are somatic based, so movement based, breathing exercises to try to teach them to regulate. And then we use EMDR as a trauma reprocessing therapy. So if there are specific painful memories that they have, and a lot of them are bringing those with them, we work to help reprocess it to make it less sort of distressing for them.
So explain EMDR, what is that?
It's a mouthful. Eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So it was created in the 1990s and sort of tested out on Vietnam War vets. And it uses, originally it used eye movement, so you would follow my finger back and forth. It stimulates right brain, left brain, and activates basically the same parts of your brain that are awake when you're sleeping and you're naturally processing things. And so we kind of wake that part up while they're thinking about and talking about distressing memories. That's a sort of simplistic way of putting it. But we found that it's really effective for the short-term interventions that we're doing. And it's kind of taking down a lot of those PTSD-related symptoms that we're seeing.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. So, Jason, in addition to the children, then, what are the other ways that you all are helping through Bilingual International, the community?
Oh, we're doing quite a bit with our populations that we work with. So, as I said before, we have full social services, full mental health, wraparound, and we work with the whole family. So,
and are the clients coming from our education system, from our teachers? Are they recognizing the need for these families to come and get extra assistance, or are they coming through other referral sources?
Right, we have referral sources coming in from all over. We have people actually out in the community making known what we do. But then again, we will get referrals in from the schools, from the city. We work with the St. Louis Area Agency on Aging quite a bit, the St. Louis Mental Health Board. We have a number of feelers out in the community and then the referrals come back in.
Right. Okay, so you were saying in our earlier segment that you don't typically work with families the minute they arrive. They've already been settled. They're in the kids are in the schools. And then they come to you, right? Okay, and so what kind of, how long do you work with the families typically? Is it short-term, long-term, is it years?
It depends. Most of the things we do, most of our interventions are time limited to specific tasks, goals, or objectives. And so we go in, we get done what we need to get done. And we may see that person again 2-3 years later, we may see them again in 6 months. If it's an ongoing course of mental health therapy, let's say, we may work with them for 6 to 8 months. But it's always time limited.
Yeah, and how many families are you working with in a given time period or a given year?
Families, it's hard to say. We generally do about 3,000 individuals per year. That's what we've been averaging over the past few years.
And your staff, I know you've got translators that work with you, that you contract with, and what kind of staff do you have?
Oh, well, we've got staff from all over the world. That's the easy answer, right? Social work staff, mental health therapists. We have health insurance counselors on staff. Who am I forgetting? Half the staff.
Half the staff, I'm sure.
Lots of people
Brilliant
helping, and that's okay. You don't have to. We don't have to nail it
Language
out.
services directors. We have an immigration attorney on staff, an assertive community treatment team that works with refugees and survivors of torture.
Yeah. Oh wow, you've got it all covered.
People.
Wow, that's amazing. That's fantastic. Okay, you've got an event coming up in March.
I do. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. We are having a fitness fiesta on March 5th at Wellbridge Athletic Club.
Okay.
Details can be found on our website. That's bilingualstl.org. And
Open to everybody? Or
Open to
just-
everybody.
Okay.
Open to everybody.
So
It'll
great
be
way to
the
give back.
afternoon of Sunday, March 5th.
Okay, good. And there's some Zumba involved, I heard.
There may or may not be Zumba.
May or may not be.
I'm
Okay.
unclear on that
There might be
fact.
some Zumba or something fun, fitness
Full
related,
access
which
to
is
the
great.
club. I know that.
That's a good thing at Wellbridge. Okay, so if you or someone you know needs the services of Bilingual International, please call 314-645-7800. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.